First and foremost, thank you very much, subscriber, for tuning into the channel and subscribing. I know lots of you have purchased the 670 from Yamaha, but you're wondering how to maximize some of the options. For those of you who are learning and you've just begun the journey, I know you would love to see notes displayed as you play them and chords, as one of our friends on the channel requested. So I'm going to show you today how to activate the screen settings so that you can see the notes you are playing. For example, see that? That's A sus2. You can see that very clearly. What about this? A flat sus2. What about this? A flat minor. It's A flat minor. That's what it's picking it up as. Now what about this? D flat major 7, capital M for major. What about this? D flat minor major 7. What about this? D flat 7th. What about this? E major 7 flat 5, the family of my favorite chords. I love the flat 5s. That's F sharp major 7 flat 5. So how am I getting it to display all this information? Follow along and I'll show you the steps. Let's start off with a keyboard that has been turned off. And I'm powering it down so that you can see everything from scratch. Let's turn it on. When you turn on the keyboard and you've given it time to boot up, which by the way is a very quick boot up time compared to my other keyboards like the Motif XF8, it takes forever to come on. But now this is on, you realize that as you move on to the part on and off section, you can see left is off and main is on. And therefore, when you come over here to play anything, you don't see anything because you have not activated the secret sauce for your DGX-670. The secret sauce, my friends, is in pressing the left button. And when you come over here, check to see if it does show you the magic note. So that is showing me C1 plus 5. So it's showing me that I'm playing a C and a 5. Anytime it shows C1 plus 8, it means you're holding down one note only. So it could be showing you C1 plus 8 if you're holding down just one C, or even if you're holding down two Cs. The bottom line is you're holding down just a C. Now if I put in a C and a D, low C and a higher D, it shows that you're holding a D over a C bass, if that makes sense. And that's what I'm doing here, a D over a C bass, or an E over a D bass. Take a look at that. You see that? An E over a D bass. If I'm just holding an E, it shows E1 plus 8. No matter how many E's you're holding down, I'm holding down two E's. So you understand that. Now, for those of you who have not split your keyboard into left and right using the split point functionality, what you'll realize is as you play the higher notes up here, you may not see those notes appearing on the screen. There is something you need to do so that no matter the note you play, it is displayed. Okay, and that last piece I'm going to show you by going to menu, and you want to select split point / chord fingering. See that? So let's go ahead and select enter with the split point chord fingering highlighted. Let's go ahead and hit enter. Now you hit enter, you can see the keyboard displayed. You've got the split point chord fingering activated. Now, what you need to do is come over to section 4 over here. And as you press either up or down, you can see the notes changing. Now, if I press this all the way down to where it was initially, that is C3, right? C3. Now, if I exit, I want to show you what this actually does. So, I'm holding down C. There's another C, and another C, and another C. So this seems to be working okay, but if I go back in and I adjust this such that it starts at C3 and ends, let's make it end somewhere really little, like C4. So I've only got one octave, right? Let's exit. So now I'm playing a C, right? And you can still see that. But when I come over here beyond the C4 range, it's gone back to my main piano, and now you can't see anything. So you need to make sure that what you have over here is actually the same sound as you have on the left. Now, if you didn't notice, when you hit left like that, you can select a different sound. So if I came over here and selected strings, hit enter, and now I've got strings. Over here at the bottom, that's strings, whereas up here is piano. Anytime it is playing the higher octave sound, you will not be able to see the notes. But anytime you're playing the lower sound, see that? Now you can see the notes. So the summary, what I'm trying to show you is you need to ensure that the entire keyboard is split to be just the left sound. To do that, again, come into menu, hit enter, make sure that your keyboard covers the entire, that orange bar, you want to make sure that orange bar goes all the way from beginning to end. All right, so let's hit the buttons to make it go all the way up. That's step 1, and step 2 is the orange bar to go all the way up. So what this is telling you is well, that's the style, but you have the split point going all the way to C7. The style is also going all the way to C7. The style is what is activated when you are playing one of these styles. So now, because of what I've activated, it means that the style encompasses the entire keyboard. So even if I play all the way up here, there's pretty much no sound. The upper register is gone. See that? There's really nothing. But if I come over here and I tone this down to roughly a C2, but I leave the left split point over here, what I'm gonna have is the strings up here. That's the strings. But I also have strings somewhere over here, and the split point is relegated to C2. So that, I believe that should be it. Okay, that's C2, pretty much. So the fingering function won't play anything up there, but it will below C2, if you get what I mean. Okay, I know it's all a little bit complicated and intense, and I know I'm moving the camera around a lot. This is the best I can do for now, my friends. I hope this helps you. So the summary is, if you want to have more bandwidth to play on the left after you have split, just make sure you bring this down a little bit more. Just bring it down a little bit more, like that. And in that way, you'll be able to play. You also have a section for the left sound. So this is all the left, and up here is the right. So you have piano, strings, and then you have the accompaniment, if you get what I mean, okay? So let's start again. Going back to the beginning. Let's exit. If you want your keyboard to display the notes, all you need to do is come over and ensure that left is activated. Go into menu, split point, and make sure that under left over here, make sure this goes all the way. You see how it looks like the keyboard is overlapping? This is the left. Make sure that the left goes all the way to the end. And in the same token, if you want the accompaniment to be spread across the entire keyboard, do the same thing. Under style, just hit so that the orange bar goes all the way to the end. Otherwise, the orange bar being just halfway will restrict the accompaniment feature to just halfway. Okay, I guess probably the best way to experiment with this is to just turn it on and check to ensure that the split point is where you want it. Let me show you another example. Okay, so this goes all the way to C7 now. So wherever I play, I can change the sound. See that? Whether I am down here or up here, it changes. Now, if I move this down, all the way down to C2, when I try to play to change it up here, it won't. But down here, it will. Okay? I hope that helped answer the question. I know it's a long video, but I'm hoping you got value from it. Bye for now.